Well, good evening. This is Gina Tudela, independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Poolsville, Washington. So tonight I'm going to do two cards and then two more cards on Friday night. One of the demonstrator friends that I know that lives in Pennsylvania, I've known her probably since 2004. Anyway, so she held an event back in September, and I went ahead and paid for the registration even though I was here in Washington because it was funding for renovation for her son who needed a area that had to be I can't even talk now. Renovation. It was a renovation project, and he's handicapped. And so, anyway, so this stamp set, when she hit her $1 million career sales, this is a stamp set that she had designed, which I was planning to buy it anyways. So when I saw her have that event, I chose to go ahead and register because it was for a good cause. And with that, I got supplies for four different card ideas. And they're very easy to do. And so I will show those to you tonight. One will be showing the shepherd tonight, and one will be showing a sentiment that can be used as a um, healing card for someone who's lost someone, or um, in the healing process. So you'll understand what I mean by it when you see the verse. So the one it says, He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds, which is Psalms 147:3. So that is the verse. And that's the card I'm going to work on first and demonstrate that. So, anyways, and then what I can do is, those of y'all that want to know what the measurements and the supplies are used, you need to make a comment. I don't want to share that on there because this was her ideas. But if you message me, I can send it to you with a photo of the card. So, just to let you know for each one. Alrighty, these were created by Cindy Fodor in Pennsylvania. Okay, so the first one is using, let me go back. So it's using basic gray cardstock. And of course, when stuff goes to the mail, it gets really bound. We're using thick white cardstock for the sentiment. And she already went ahead and tied a bow, like I would do for those who were coming here for class or when I did a kiss. Because she knows how some of us have a hard time tying those. And that is with the baker's twine. Anyways, and she uses the Nested Essentials dies. That's where the tags came from. And this is on, what is this? Soft seafoam cardstock, and it's the embossed with the where is it? She doesn't say. The Paden Trees 3D embossing folder. Yes, she does. And now you can brush this, or you can leave it just like it is. What I plan to do is I want to just add a little bit of Winka Stella on it. Okay, and then this is for the inside of the card. That's what the white piece is for. So the cardstock is 5.5 by 8.5. And it got a little bit bent up from it being mailed to me. But that's okay. I use the bone folder. So basic gray. And then this piece is for your sentiment for the inside, which I usually never glue. I put it there so that way the person can write on it or stamp on it. And this one is cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and then you place it in the embossing folder. This is a 3D embossing folder. So anyways, so I'm going to flip this over. I'm going to add the multi-purpose glue. Hopefully tonight it won't be so hard coming out. It had that glue booger the last time. And whenever anything is embossed, and by the way, this is a stamp set, and she went ahead and signed it with her name on it, which was a nice treat, too. She had that designed by Stampin' Up. When you hit $1 million in career sales, you get to design a stamp set with the artist. There we go. We're going to go ahead and mount that. Then I'm going to take the Winka Stella and I'm just going to brush it on the tree. Don't have to do it a whole bunch, but just give it a little bit of shimmer. I got people on. I got to move my screen down because I can't see there when they say hello. Hello, Linda. Sorry about that. I had to pull the screen down. So I just used a little bit of Winka Stella, and you're going to see it glitter just a touch. That white piece wants to come out. And then on this piece here, we're going to use that sentiment. And this is the one that's cut out of the Nested Essential Dies. And it needs has a little bit of a, where sometimes it just catches. I'll just clip that off. There we go. Okay. And then this one, I don't want to cover up all the trees, so I'm just going to place it right down here. Because originally how she had it close to the top. But I want to do that, because you can do that, but then when I take the sentiment, it's going to cover up the big tree. So I'd rather cover up the small tree and bring it down just a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and put some glue on that and glue that down. And that is Lost Lagoon, is what this color is. Bring it down just a touch. There we go. And I'm going to put that on with a, I thought I brought my glue dots in here, but I must not have. But I got tear tape. I'll make a little glue booger. Okay, so let's bring this over. So I'm going to use Night of Navy for my ink, for the sentiment. I'm trying to keep my fingers from getting all in it. Hey, Bee. Okay. There we go. We're going to go ahead and stamp that right there. And we'll count to 5. And hold that up. Then we'll close this up. Oh, got it right in it. Thank God I got a dark shirt on. Cover that up. And you see what I mean by that. So she had it covering up all that. So I'm going to go and take the scissors and trim off on either side, because it really doesn't need to be that long. Okay. And then go ahead and mount that. Now I probably would use tear tape, but I only need it on across the certain parts of it where I'm going to put it on the tag itself. Now I got to find the end of this. There it is. I'm going to put 2 pieces down. There we go. I cut my nails off and I can't pick up anything. That's what happens. I'll use this from now on. I think I will do that. Okay, so then we're just going to bring this over. And I'm going to center it best as possible. Just like that. I think what I may do Yeah, but I think that glue will just come up. I don't think that ribbon will pop up if I do that. I was thinking about using the Tombow, but I don't want to take a chance on that. So what I'm going to do is get this loose. Wish me luck here. Make me a glue booger. I forgot my glue dots. I'm going to press that there. And the knot will cover that up. You won't see it. But I trust that better than that wet glue. Because that way I know. And then I can trim the thread off just a touch. But like when I say easy, yeah, now you didn't see me emboss it, but the embossing is very easy. But there is an easy card, and it's a great one for a sympathy card. So, let's go on. What's this? Oh, that's the envelope it came out of. Okay. So let's go on to the next one. The next one is this one. It is beautiful. Make sure I get all my pieces out. And this is very vanilla and old olive and the gold and green designer series paper. So this is using Mossy Meadow, old olive, very vanilla, and then the dyes she used Nested Essential Dyes, same dyes. So let me go back to my picture. So she embossed this, but embossing makes too much noise, so I'm just going to stamp it in the old olive, and then I'm also going to stamp the sentiment Peace on Earth. I try to use everything from one stamp set, and the reason for that, because it can be, she used several, so but I think of other people, so I have to think of them using what they have already. So first off, this is for the inside of the card, so let's move that out of the way and move that card. Now this one here, she did it for a vertical card, but when you open these up, if you got a lot of weight on them, they slide down. So I would have cut it the other way. This one I always use for a landscape card. Y'all have seen me do that, so. But this is already pre-cut, so I'm not going to question that. I'm going to go ahead and use that. But when you put... So, anyways. So this goes on here. And then this goes here. I'm looking at the picture. And then this one here is the outlay. Now, I personally like the greenery. But I know why she did that, because it takes away from the shepherd, right? So, but instead of covering it all up, I will use this on the inside of the card. That's what I will do. I'll put it on this piece as a border at the top. So, I'm going to just switch it up. So first off, we're going to go ahead and ink up the shepherd in old olive. And since I haven't inked this up, that's perfect. Okay. I always, whenever the first time I'm using a stamp, you always want to ink it up. So, alright, and then we'll use Mossy Meadow for the sentiment. So I want to make sure that I keep them all in the picture, and I want to get it cut out. I don't mind his jacket getting cut out, but I don't want the lamb at the bottom to have his front face cut off. Perfect. Isn't that nice? I love the distinctive stamp sets. Does all the work for you, and you don't have to do hardly anything. Isn't that beautiful? Okay. Now, this is a sentiment, and I wanted to stamp peace on earth. So what I have to do is I ink it up. Half of it. I'm using Mossy Meadow. Okay. Wonderful. So when it's not big enough, this is what you do. You only ink above those. Of course, I get that on that side. Okay. Alright, that's what I don't want to do. Okay. Two sides of the paper, right? Awesome. Now, okay, I gotta get this all cleaned off because I don't want that to be on here. I forgot my cleanup pad. I know what I can do. Post-it note. There we go. I ink up earth. Okay. So when you're not sure and you don't have a cleanup, you just cover it with a post-it note. I'm going to bring that over. There we go. See that? That's how you do it. Tell me I can't improvise. Alright. That's garbage. Move that over there. Now, we'll add a little jewel, a star, to that I pulled out from one of my leftover kits. Okay, so we're going to mount this DSP. And remember I said I was going to put this one at the top, or you can put it at the bottom. And if you wanted it both, then all you do is you just glue half of it on, trim it, and put the other half at the bottom, which is probably what I'm going to do, because I can use half of it. And I got a little too much glue there. A little too much. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to kiss that one, and then mount it. I'll turn it over and make sure I got it straight. I do. I'm not going to trim off this length, but I want to trim off the thickness. Okay. And now remember I had glue at the top. Don't have to add no more glue. Now we can trim them both off. And there is a decorated insert for the inside that you can stamp your own sentiment or write a message. Okay? So, I'll put that back on the inside afterwards. So now let's mount this. That's the opposite side, but we want this pretty side. And let's see what the measurement is of this. But like I said, I can send you the stuff. Just ask me. This is 3 by 4. 3 by 4 of the designer paper. And I'm sure the other one is a 1 by 4 1/4. Because it had an edge over it. Because the insert's always 4 by 5 1/4. and it was longer. We're going to mount this at the top, leaving a little bit of a green edge on all three sides. There we go. And now we're going to go ahead and mount this piece. And I'm going to go all the way to the edge. Center my piece. Oops. The good thing with wet glue, if you move it, it gives you time to get it situated. Now we'll mount this piece. There we go. I love the distinctive stamps because they've done all the work for you. Okay. And then this one here can be up here or down here, but I plan to put it down here. And slide it down just a touch. And she put the gold ribbon up underneath. And I'm not going to do that. I am going to go ahead and tie this. Okay. And this is going to test my dexterity. But I can do it. I don't have glue on my fingers. This is that braided gold ribbon. Very pretty. I'm not trying to make a full bow. I just want to make a... You'll understand. Well, maybe not. It's not working with me here. But let me show you what I mean. Oh, no, this doesn't separate? Nope, I guess it's not. It's not like that old braider that we had before. So let me see if I can get this. I'm going to try my best. Okay, come through the loophole here. Okay. And you just got to keep holding it and pulling. Hold and pull. I need to make this one longer. I got the other side too long. Thank y'all for bearing with me here. I'm getting there. Okay, tighten it up a little bit. Tighten that up a little bit. There we go. See there? Okay, I'm just going to trim that off. Long scissors. You definitely want to make sure you use the ribbon scissors when you're doing that. That one will work with a piece of tear tape. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get it rubbed there. And I can peel it. Yep. Then roll it so it's not so big. And then mount that ribbon right on there. Perfect. You remember this jewel? Here we go. Put it right there. Small dot of the wet glue there. I ain't going to try to pick that up. Not with my fingernails. There we go. Place that on there. And that stands right out there. And then we'll open that up and put this piece in. Center that as best as possible. Oh, I got all over my fingers. So that's the inside. There's your outside piece. And what do I do with the other one? Oh, right here. And here's that one. So those two, and then I'll show you two more on, there's my other star for the one on Friday. Using this wonderful stamp set, Shepherd's Care. So thank you both for joining. I appreciate it, and appreciate those who watch the replay. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll be back here Friday at 7 p.m. Take care.